Radio Lancashire, live with Sal.
With the over 50s walking football group here in Blackpool at Stanley Park in the sports hall at the sports centre in Blackpool, and I've been joined now by a couple. You're sweating the pair of you.
Well, yeah, I've been walking very hard.
Yeah. Tell me who you are.
My name's Brian Wilson.
And I remember watching you on the telly playing for Blackpool, Brian.
Yes, I know you're a very small girl.
I was working behind the bar at the ABC.
I remember the season very well. My ex-wife was working the summer season then as well, and I remember that season very well.
Yeah, and and at the time, of course, because it was one of the Nolan sisters, they were on stage, and in the bar we had the football on because Blackpool were playing,
right, did, yeah.
And there you were.
Yeah, it wasn't planned, I guarantee you that. But no, I remember it well. It was good days.
And tell me who you are.
I'm Nick Carter.
What do you do, Nick?
I've got my own window company, Double Glazing.
And that fits around playing your walking football?
It does. My accountant says it's a lifestyle business. Every beginning of the week I've opened my diary up, put in walking football, and then fit my appointments around it.
Now, I want to, first of all, get across to people listening now about how energetic this game is. Because when you say walking football, you think of it as being slow and sedate, but it's not, is it?
Well, we actually, there's a bunch of young kids in our local public house, and they thought they were bigger and better, and they couldn't understand the concept of walking football. And we knew that you had to think a lot quicker, and things are a bit different, but there's a definite work ethic to it as well. So we played them, beat them, and showed them up, and that was great. But there's a lot of people think exactly the same. How can you not run? Why? They don't understand it. Come down, try it, and then find out. That's the only thing I can say, really.
Why did you come in the first place?
It was Brian who introduced me to it.
Was it? And what are you getting out of it now?
Exercise. It's more, as you say, people don't understand the concept of walking football. It's difficult to really adapt from playing normal football. It's more controlled, but it is at pace, and it's quite energetic as well.
Well, like I say, you're both. I've got a nice sheen across your forehead. You've obviously been working really hard in this last 10 minutes, haven't you, while you've been playing? So it gets your heart rate going.
Absolutely, yeah. The real reason I got involved was because it's well documented now. I've got my own mental health problems, and somebody mentioned that this was actually a byproduct of this was looking after the older people, especially with problems in the head. And I came down here, and what it's done is just get me out of my shell a little bit more. It's brought me on a little bit quicker than what was happening to me. And I find the banter with these lads even gives me a little bit self-esteem back. You know, I can join in with it. Then I'll disappear in 5 minutes now, and I'll go and sit in my chair again for the rest of the day. But that's the reason I came down. It's purely for my mental health problems. And
there's been a lot of talk about football and mental health issues, haven't there?
When I first went to the PFA, which was probably 14, 15 years ago, it wasn't around then. And so nobody understood my problems. There's a bank manager and a good friend of mine, Stuart Parker, who took me over to the PFA in Manchester. But all I remember is being in the dark room, because that was a breakdown I had. That wasn't a depression, but the breakdowns I can't remember. As simple as that, I just don't know. But gradually I've just pieced a little bit of life together. These lads have helped me immensely. Nick, who used to play for me, Richie, Hoyle, these lads used to play for me, and they brought me through a little bit. They understand my problems, so they're caring with it, and nothing but admiration for them. Thank them.
Do you think sometimes it's easier for women to find groups to go to like that than it is for men?
Yes.
Because there's not that much, is there, for men?
No, there isn't really. Well, this is the first thing I've come across in 15 years that I felt comfortable with.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And I mean, there are things going on, but it's not everybody's cup of tea, is it, maybe, to go on an allotment or whatever. But it takes the activities, the focus, but the byproduct of that is everything else that's going on around it, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, we have a great social side as well. The boys meet probably once a month for a few beers and chat about who performed and how and why and what they did right and wrong in the previous week.
And there's still there. I mean, there is an edge to it, isn't there? There's a competitive edge, really.
I think Nick went through it last year, and they won the national competition, which was a tremendous achievement. And we've been lucky enough to get through the finals again at Aston Villa I think it's June the 17th, is it? Something like that, yeah.
We'll check up on that because we need to be supporting you, of course. And if anybody's thinking of coming down, they haven't got to be an ex-footballer, have they?
Not at all, no. You just come in, you just join in. We would adapt for people around us, not expect people to adapt to us.
What happened then, Sal? My goodness, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Nothing like a live interview, is
It's the only tackle he's made.
Ian Jones did that deliberately.
That was.
Tackle he's made all year.
Is it right? Well,
You watch
it
out for
was
some Aaron
me.
Tackle there. That's what you need to
I will. I'm looking out for Aaron Tackle. Yeah. More to come from the walking football here at Stanley Park between now and 12.
Right, we're going to have a